this the point in the schedule where players start to feel some fatigue set in?
Oh, yeah. The adrenaline of the beginning of the year has worn off at this point. Everybody is feeling it. This is when you're counting on that preseason conditioning to get you through the rigors of a very long season.
Rest and recovery, most important thing this time of year.
No substitutes for those.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Trey is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. Rizachet at the 3, Johnson at the 4. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Jokic. They kick it out to Murray. That 3's off the mark. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Outside Rizachet. Daniels outside. Here's the 3. Drains the triple.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Young against Murray. Pass to Jokic. The kick out to Johnson. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks so much. I caught up with the Nuggets head coach. We talked about how Kristaps Porzingis can warp a defense with his shooting. He said, quote, when they post him outside and go 5 out, it stretches a team. We'll need to adjust by closing out and rotating faster than we're used to. Hopefully that helps us against what they're trying to do. Back to you, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Now here's Jokic. He's been an important part of this offense, averaging around 22 points a game. And in the first year of a 5-year, $150 million extension, Jalen Johnson, a key player for his team moving forward, Legs.
And he's coming off that shoulder surgery, an injury which ended his season prematurely. And he's a lefty, so hopefully that won't be an issue going forward.
Let's not forget, he's Milwaukee tough, too. Atlanta with the ball. Denver getting their last shot to go. Back to Young. Gordon with a steal. Murray passes to Gordon. And here's Jokic. Denver moving it around. And Jokic throws it down.
Powerful stuff from the Joker. The defense doesn't want any of that, and I don't blame him.
Daniels outside. Young against Johnson. Shot from 12, and that one's good. Young.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
Well, the key is to take what the defense allows. That is smart basketball.
They kick it out to Murray. And a miss there on the triple.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
And we know he can pass the ball, but wow, what a great finisher as well. Jokic delivering when his team needs him.
Now here's Rizachet. 9 points in his last outing. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
You see the reach of Porzingis. His length is what makes him a prime-time alley-oop threat.
Brown against Daniels. Pass to Jokic. Now here's Gordon. 4-3. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Rizachet. On the wing, Daniels. Hits the trifecta. Daniels has got 6.
And you see the competitiveness of Daniels. Saw the 3 on one end of the floor, and he had an answer.
Pass to Johnson. Fires from deep. And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Watson, he's checked in for Denver. Brown comes in for Jamal Murray. And during this last month of action, here is a list of the players who have shot the ball most efficiently so far from deep. Nikola Jokic, number 1. Second is Aaron Gordon.
Their consistency from range is unbelievable. It's what every team in the league is looking for these days.
He drops it from range.
It's such an easy flick of the wrist for Porzingis. He makes it look like a 10-footer when he hits the corner 3.
And Tim, we'd heard Hawks players in the past saying this team lacked an identity. You think one's emerging?
Well, offensively, they're still centered around the playmaking of Trae Young. And defensively, they're starting to establish a culture. It's headlined by Dyson Daniels.
And Risache gets it to go.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Gordon pulls it in.
Yeah, and you expect him to make that one. I'm sure he expects it as well.
Pass to Jokic. Kick out to Brown. Back to Jokic. Outside Watson. Puts up a three. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now. Now Daniels. The three from Risache. Gets the 3-ball to go. Risache's got 7 points in the game.
So good off the catch. The defense has to guard Risache better than this.
Brown looking around. Pass to Jokic to stop the run. Hits the 3-pointer. He's got 7. Atlanta leading by 7. Now Risache. 7 points in the game. The kick out to Johnson. No good with the triple. The Nuggets have got half their attempts to go. 6 of 12. Now Jokic, defended by Porzingis. And here's Brown for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. To the middle. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Man, that was impressive. Johnson can flat out fly.
Here's Brown. Still no points. Pass to Jokic. No good that time.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the... Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Peyton Watson, and it's Jones in at the power forward position. That's the group for Denver, getting going in the second. The 3 is up. Gay with a rebound. The Hawks lead by 7. Kennard on the wing, defended by Murray. Down low. His shot is good.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for Denver. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Well, that's the big challenge. Teams tend to feel more comfortable at home for sure, so you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. That just didn't happen in this one.
Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
He powers through. Size and skill. That is a tough tandem to contend with.
Murray deciding where to go with it. There's the triple. And again, Denver with a 3.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Tim, so many different offensive systems in the NBA. You have a personal favorite to watch?
Yeah, I think I've got a soft spot in my heart for those systems that involve player movement and ball movement, particularly trying to get shooters looks off of screens.
I love the .5 offenses, in and out of the hands, moving the ball fast.
No doubt about it, very difficult to defend.
Now here's Murray. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston. The 3, Murray buries it from deep.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
The Hawks have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Here's Young. Sweet little floater. And the Hawks lead by 4.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Young against Murray. Fires for 3. Okongwu with the rebound.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
The Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Young against Murray. Valanciunas with a screen on Young. Murray for 3. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Shea up top, defended by Watson. Shea, no good.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
Here's Murray. It's stolen by Daniels. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And it's all from three-point range.
You really need to take advantage of those looks because the defense won't give you many of them.
How about Dyson Daniels, Grant? Last season... leading the league in steals.
Well, averaging over 3 a game. That mark hadn't been met in over 3 decades, BA. In the process, the Aussie earning the nickname, the Great Barrier Thief.
Not bad. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Hawks star Trae Young and Coach Quinn Snyder are both very close. Young said that's the type of relationship we have. It's not forced, it's just genuine. We both want to see each other succeed, and we know we need each other and everybody else around us. Guys?
A good partnership. Thanks much for the report, Allie. The Hawks have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Back to Daniels. The 3. Rebounded by Denver.
Yeah, another miss from downtown this quarter after being hot in the first.
Daniels against Murray. Screen by Watson. Pass to Jones. 6 to shoot. Murray from outside. Okongwu with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. On the wing, Daniels. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Young. Shot from the low post is good. Young's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
Now here's Murray. He's got 19. To the middle. Valanciunas.
I mean, with his height and size, stopping Valanciunas just isn't an option sometimes. What a jam.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Last time they met in Atlanta.
Yeah, I think they'd like to forget that game. You usually want to find some teaching moments, but in this case, it might be best to just destroy the tape.
Well, and the bottom line is they just had too many unfavorable matchups. They could never find a lineup that worked.
Look at who's out there now for Denver. Nikola Jokic is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Aaron Gordon comes in for Jones. Johnson, he's checked in for Watson. And Hardaway is subbed in for Brown. So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Brown's checked in for Murray. All right, we look at our 2K leaderboard for assist. Numbers from the past month of play. Number 1, Trae Young.
His teammates trust that if they get open, he will find them. They're really in a groove right now.
Pass to Jokic. From deep, Johnson. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic. Jokic has got 4 assists in the game.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Now here's Young. 29 points for him last game against New Orleans.
And it wasn't just the scoring. His assist numbers tell an even bigger story.
Porzingis misses. Brown passes to Jokic. Knocked loose. Here's Johnson. And he banks in the layup. And the Hawks lead by 1.
Wow, through that contact. That is a really nice play by Johnson.
Pass to Jokic. And here's Brown. Beyond the arc. And another 3 for Denver.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a three-pointers.
Young from long range. The shot comes out. Jokic with it. On the wing, Brown. The three ball. No good. Misses at the buzzer. Jamal Murray. He's been the guy making things happen for Denver. What a game from deep. Making 5 trades. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
Lengthy road trip ahead, but that's a challenge they can rise to. Chance to prove their grit.
Yeah, the road.
And let's discuss the first half. So far, Atlanta's in a close one.
Well, they're not settling for long jumpers. They're getting the ball into the paint. And you know I love that.
That does it for halftime.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Really an incredible game from Jamal Murray.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
Well, he's found his rhythm out there for sure. Now let's see how the defense adjusts to him in this half.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder. Daniels and Risache out on the perimeter. Johnson and Porzingis, they're inside. And it's Young in at the 1.
You have to watch Murray closely at the perimeter. He won't hesitate to flex his range.
And Grant David Adelman, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, B.A., basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. His whole life has led him to this.
Outside Johnson. Back to Young. Takes the 3. Cash! Trae Young with a triple.
Well, this is one of the most fearless perimeter shooters in this league. Trae Young has the ultimate green light.
The drive by Murray. And here's Jokic outside. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, all systems go here early on. That's 3 in a row since Jump Street.
Here's Risache. No good. Good work defensively by Gordon. Outside Brown. Back to Murray. Jokic with a screen on Young. Here's Murray. Oh, Murray blowing the top off.
We've seen this before from Murray. In big games, too, a dynamic score.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. And Denver making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. Hawks trail by 9. Pass to Risache. Outside Johnson. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Here's Young, plenty of space. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Yeah, Trae Young has been relentless offensively. He has brought the effort and the production.
Jokic with a screen on Young. There goes Murray from downtown. Rebounded by Daniels.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Young finds Daniels. Outside Risache. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the line. And it comes off the front of the rim.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Now here's Jokic. Defense right on him. Johnson with a bucket.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
The kick out to Young. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Tim, you look at his career rate of assists per game. Trae Young, one of the most prolific passers ever to lace him up.
Yeah, B.A., despite the fact that he's known for shot making, it's his vision that sets him apart, and it's the reason you want the ball in his hands.
It's always good to see Risache mixing it up down low.
Denver leading by 8. Outside Murray. Here's Jokic. Hardaway from outside. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic. Jokic has got 8 assists in the game. From deep. Young can't hit. And here's Denver. They're on a 16-7 run. Kicks it out to Hardaway. And again, Denver with a 3.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
And Young has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. Here's Murray. Good. He's been great in this one. 9 for 15 after that shot. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Denver.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Young. Good. Now 7 for 11 on the night.
Well, he's certainly not the reason they're down. If they're going to grab the lead here, more guys are going to have to step up.
And here's Gordon from the arc. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, his team is up, and he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
There's 1:47 left in the third. Porzingis passes to Young, and he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
And continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
Over to the left wing. Pass to Johnson. Now Gordon, outside Hardaway. Johnson on the wing. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Murray's got 4 assists now tonight.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Young from long range, and it goes. That makes him 9 for 13 now.
Well, they're still losing, but it's not because of him. He's been lights out this quarter.
Outside Johnson, back to Jokic. And here's Gordon from the arc, and another 3 for Denver.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
He's feeling it, and he nails the jumper. Young's got 22.
Well, he is doing everything he can offensively in this quarter, but unfortunately, it's a team game, and he can't win this alone.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Johnson for 3. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
And another bucket for him. What a quarter he has had.
Young looking around. Pass to Daniels. Jacks up a 3. That shot is off. And so it's the Denver Nuggets. They have a confident 20-point lead right now. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Gordon and Valanciunas down low. Tim Hardaway is out there with Bruce Brown. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Kennard for 3. Denver grabs the miss. Johnson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Legs, we've seen players extend their primes, extend their careers. What's behind that?
Well, I think you have to look at the absolute best, LeBron James, and what he has been able to do in making that investment in terms of caring for his body. It's a role model that all players should emulate.
Question is, can anybody replicate what LeBron has done?
Boy, that's going to be tough to copy that.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Okongwu. It's stolen by Johnson. And with players now able to earn money at the collegiate level, what does that do for the NBA legs?
Well, I do think overall it's a good thing. As a former college athlete myself, I love to see these guys get rewarded, and possibly you get to the league, you're a little bit more polished and grown up.
Bottom line is you may have made some money, but when you have a chance to play against the best of the best, that's why you go pro.
There's nothing like it.
Good work defensively by Gordon. The Nuggets lead by 22. Here's Hardaway, and he goes in for the dunk.
And the slam from Hardaway Jr. Can't forget about his athleticism.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Yep, that one goes. Alexander Walker's got 4 points this quarter.
He doesn't have the quickness of some guys, but he sees everything, including that opening.
And so David Adelman calls for the timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. A different look for Denver. Najee, he's checked in for Gordon. Brown comes in for Johnson. And Strother subbed in for Hardaway. Johnson, he's checked in for the Hawks. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Back to Brown. Stolen by Young. And he drives in. Yep, that one's good. Young's got 24.
Young sneaking into the lane right there, showing you he's a legitimate three-level scorer.
Left side Brown from the arc. Nice D from Alexander Walker. Hawks trail by 20. Kennard passes to Okongwu. This one for three. Rebounded by Denver. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Left side Brown. Grant, you're involved with helping the NBA grow the game globally. How important are those initiatives?
You know, BA, it's very important to watch how the game has grown over the last 30 years that I've been connected with the NBA. Is quite staggering, but there's more work to be done. So every initiative, every appearance, every camp, every game is so vitally important as we continue to spread the game of basketball all over the world.
So for the Hawks, Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Okongwu. Risache comes in for Alexander Walker. And Daniels is subbed in for Kennard. Launches it. It's rebounded by Najee.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Brown passes to Valanciunas. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Johnson.
Confronting a shooter of JV's stature is never easy, and he can make them pay for that mistake at the line.
And we continue to see the value of NBA franchises climb. Grant, are you glad you got in when you did?
Oh, yes I am. I think beyond, though, the dollars and cents, it's just the joy of having a hand in the growth of this game and this league that we all love so much.
Stripped it away. And a fast break now for Atlanta. Here's Risache. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
Showcasing his athleticism. Plays like this are why you got to be excited about Risache's future in this league.
Brown passes to Brown. And there's the call on Christian Brown. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Hawks trail by 19. Daniels outside. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Pass to Young. Clock at 6. Here's the floater. And it's Denver with a rebound. There's a minute 59 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Brown. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Porzingis sets a screen. Daniels finds Porzingis. Ready off the pass. He lays it in.
I really like Daniels' decision-making. He is so good at reading pick and rolls and knowing when to take it himself and when to dish it.
And now let's take a second to present our player of the game, Jamal Murray.
He has truly put on a show out there tonight, tearing it up on both ends of the floor. So impressive. And the other squad has looked helpless to stop him.
And you know, this home arena really appreciates this guy. And it's clear that he takes pride in playing his best in front of them. Pickett, he's checked in for Denver. .133 left in the fourth. Okongwu against Valanciunas. Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Krejci. Now here's Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. Picked up by Okongwu. The Hawks need to get one up here. Ooh, he leaves no question.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Nuggets.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
B.A., the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And you look at their record after tonight, 30 wins on the year.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jamal Murray.
Well, he had a lot of success making plays for his team and breaking down the defense.
The assist, Luke Kennard.
They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, B.A., they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Here's Strawther, covered by Alexander Walker. Oh, it's off target.
Denver foul. Strawther. First personal foul. First team foul.
So no problem for Denver as they get the win. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
Nicola, congratulations.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is